I remember reading my first Agatha Christie book, and I read that book, and it was called Murder at the Vicarage. And to this day, I don't know what a vicarage is. Don't tell me what a vicarage is. I don't want to know what a vicarage is. What I will tell you, though, is that I remember getting into those early chapters and reading and suddenly go, whoa, there it is, a dead body. And that's an awesome moment. And I think, honestly, since that moment when I was 10 or 11 years old and I was reading that book, I've been asking myself that, what inspired me with that question I've been trying to answer for all these years now, which is simply, who done it? And I know people, when you say, what's your favorite book, we all want to sound like high and mighty. We want to say To Kill a Mockingbird and Moby Dick. We want to sound self-important and be liked and show that we're smart. But to me, Agatha Christie killed it. Like, I just think that is, I love that body. I love that murder. I love that whodunit. And it's inspired me since. In fact, Agatha Christie is one of the heroes and heroes for my daughter just for that reason. The Fifth Assassin is really about is what I'm dealing with. If you show me a book, I will show you what the author is dealing with at that moment in time, if it's an honest author. And for me, this is the very first book I wrote that I put together since my parents both died. In the past 4 years, almost 5 years now, I lost my mom, and then 2 years ago I lost my dad. And this was the first book I wrote since their passing. And there's all the things you put in a book that you're putting in there. But when you're done with the first draft, inevitably there's all these things you didn't realize you were putting in there. And for me, that's what was happening here, is there were just so many things that I was pouring into myself. And you get to the end of that first draft and you start saying, okay, what's in here that I didn't realize I was putting in here? And I was reading the book and I'm going through it and I go, oh, Beecher's growing up. That's what this book is about. He's growing up. And of course he's growing up because this is the book where I'm growing up. It's the first book without my parents there. I have no choice but to be growing up. And I realized I had no choice but for this book to be about growing up. So to me, that's what really the book is about. Of course, it's about the culprit ring and George Washington's secret spy ring that still exists to this very day. It's about the secret organization. It's about how they're working and what they're up to. And you better believe it's about this serial killer who's recreating the crimes of presidential assassins. But really what it's about is about my own neuroses and craziness, as every book is.